Most drivers think they're protecting their engine just because they're using synthetic oil. But here's the truth: if it's the wrong type, that oil is slowly killing your engine. Blown seals, sludge buildup, cold start damage, fuel burn through the roof. And the worst part? The bottle probably looked legit. Thick blends, performance promises, mystery additives. If it doesn't match your engine, it's not just wrong, it's dangerous. In this video, I'm breaking down the biggest oil mistakes drivers keep making, the early warning signs your oil is wrecking your engine, and how to choose the right stuff without falling for slick marketing or secondhand advice. I've been under the hood for over a decade, and I've seen too many engines ruined just because someone trusted a label over the manual. So if you're still picking oil based on brand, price, or whatever your buddy uses, don't move a muscle. I'll show you what to avoid, what actually works, and how to save your engine before it's too late. Hit that subscribe button and stick around. This might be the video that saves you a $2,000 repair bill. Why most drivers get it wrong. You'd be surprised how many folks roll into my shop thinking their oil change was perfect because they used a trusted brand. But the real issue, they never checked the manual. One guy used a high additive thick blend meant for off-road trucks in his compact commuter. Result: sludge buildup, fuel burn, and early engine wear. I popped the hood and saw signs of oxidation, worn seals, and poor flow to critical parts. He blamed the car. Nah man, blame the misinformation on the bottle and skipping over your vehicle's actual specs. Look, I get it. Shopping for oil can feel like decoding alien math. Viscosity, thermal resistance, multigrade, all that. But if you pick oil just by price or whatever the neighbor uses, you're risking overheating, bad performance, and expensive repairs. Always read the oil cap, double-check compatibility, and go with the oil that matches your driving habits, especially in cold weather. Use a quality filter, make sure it's certified by the manufacturer, and avoid the DIY guesswork trap. That shortcut at the shop could cost your wallet, your vehicle, and your next startup. 3 early warning signs you're using the wrong oil. Number 1. Cold starts feel like your engine's hitting snooze. I had this old Civican last month. Customers said it took forever to turn over in the morning. Sure enough, the oil was way too thick for winter. That high viscosity basically turned it into molasses. The result? Startup trouble, delayed ignition, and that dreaded tapping noise before the engine finally wakes up. Worse, it caused flow restriction. Oil couldn't move fast enough to protect those vital engine parts during that critical warm-up. Cold, idle, rough, and startup noise are your first clues you've got the wrong oil quality for your climate. Number 2. Engine sounds louder than your neighbor's lawnmower. No joke. This guy pulls up with a sweet-looking BMW, but I thought it was misfiring from the way it was knocking. Turns out he swapped in a budget oil with poor heat resistance. It was too thin, breaking down fast under thermal stress, and couldn't handle the friction during highway drives. That metallic engine knock and steady knocking sound were his pistons screaming for help. When your oil can't maintain proper lubrication, it leads to deposits, wear, and straight-up engine noise. Don't ignore it. Number 3. Your gas tank's empty before your playlist ends. Fuel burn shouldn't spike just because you changed brands. But if your fuel economy takes a dive, that's a red flag. One customer started using a premium oil with overloaded additives, and it wrecked his engine efficiency. His car lost power, had sluggish acceleration lag, and was coughing up residue from oxidation and oil breakdown. The performance drop was so obvious, he thought the engine damage was from bad gas. Nope, it was poor lubrication failure leading to internal sludge and burned out deposits buildup. Every extra gallon he burned was money down the drain. The engine oil you must avoid. Last month, a guy brought in his Dodge with a nasty burning smell and constant misfire. I drained the oil. Looked like black syrupy gunk. Turns out he used some cheap oil with additives overload and zero compatibility with his engine. It had broken down into sticky residue, clogged the filter, and left behind deposits that caused serious startup wear. The foam in the crankcase and combustion byproducts told me everything. He had a full-blown case of thermal failure from using a low-grade synthetic blend that couldn't handle real engine stress. I've also seen high-performance oil destroy a car thanks to a viscosity mismatch and too much detergent. One driver blew his seals, had major pressure drops, and complained of rough cold flow failure. He was losing mileage, burning more fuel, and heard faint engine knock on every uphill. That oil broke down under friction, couldn't resist oxidation, and caused internal wear fast. Bottom line, if your bottle doesn't say it's approved, and it promises super protection for half the price, expect clogging, deterioration, and a date with me and a repair bill. Real quick, if you're getting value out of this and want more no BS car tips, that actually save you money, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I drop real-world advice from inside the shop. None of that cookie-cutter junk you see everywhere else. If you care about keeping your car running smooth and avoiding stupid expensive mistakes, you'll want to stick around. Myth busting. Thick oil equals better. A guy came in with his old pickup saying, "I figured thick oil gives extra protection." Spoiler, it didn't. His truck had startup noise, poor fuel economy, and a nasty case of oil starvation during a cold start. That sluggish flow delayed lubrication, cranked up friction, and strained the pump. Turns out, his engine's clearance wasn't built for that kind of viscosity. He was dragging metal before the oil even moved. I've seen people chase this durability myth and end up with sludge deposits and crazy pressure buildup. One guy blew a seal from the drag alone. Truth is, modern engines are tight and need quick-flowing oil, especially synthetic oil with balanced additives. Thicker oil leads to thermal breakdown, wear, and higher maintenance cost. Don't let your oil become the enemy. It's not about tough, it's about compatibility and flow efficiency. How to choose the right oil easily. I once had a customer swear by this fancy brand he grabbed off the shelf, looked great, smelled like marketing, but had the wrong viscosity for his turbo engine. He ignored the SAE rating and skipped the owner's manual. The result? Weak startup protection in cold weather, sluggish flow rate, and worn engine clearance in just 6 months. Always check the oil cap or manual for the exact oil grade. That's not a suggestion, it's your engine's lifeline. Here's the trick I use in the shop. Match the oil weight and additive package to your driving conditions and climate. Going synthetic? Great, just make sure it's ODM approved, has the proper API label, and fits your vehicle specs. A good multi-grade oil gives better thermal stability, resists breakdown and heat, and keeps that lubrication strong when the temps drop. Skip the guesswork, read the oil label, and pick for performance, not packaging. How to spot a good oil at the store. I had a guy come in last week with a brand new bottle of performance oil that promised the moon. Problem? No SAE rating, no API label, and definitely not ODM approved. Just shiny packaging and a price tag that screams scam. Always check the bottle label first. It should match your oil cap and have proper certification. Look for the oil grade, check the viscosity, and make sure it's a multi-grade if you live in places with big temperature swings. Don't just go by brand reputation, read the fine print. A good oil should list its additive package, promise strong thermal stability, and match your engine type and driving conditions. If it smells weird, looks too thick, or lacks clarity, put it back. And yes, synthetic doesn't always mean better. Check the compatibility, wear protection, and fuel efficiency claims. Even the packaging date matters. Stale oil sitting on a shelf can lose lubrication quality. Bottom line, the right oil will have solid performance specs, clean color, and the detergent balance to keep your engine running smooth, not just marketing buzzwords. Conclusion. So here's the bottom line. The wrong oil doesn't just mess with your engine, it slowly destroys it from the inside out. All those fancy labels and buzzwords mean nothing if the oil doesn't match your engine's exact needs. I've seen too many good cars go bad because someone trusted a bargain blend or thick oil myth instead of checking the manual. Don't let that be you. Read the oil cap, use certified oil, pick the right viscosity for your climate, and for the love of engines, don't fall for slick marketing over solid performance. If this helped you out, hit that like button so YouTube knows this is info car owners need to hear. Got questions about your specific oil type or weird engine symptoms? Drop it in the comments, I'll reply personally. And if you want more real-world, no BS car advice from someone who's been under the hood for years, hit subscribe and stick around. Because I'll say it again, the right oil is your engine's first line of defense. Don't screw it up.